We're going to show you how to braze in a air conditioning unit. We've already got our new lines prepared. We did a R11 flush because we're switching from R22 to 410A. So, and our area code requires that we bust through the foundation, sleeve our lines. We've replaced the old Rubitex with new Rubitex. And because whenever I change over to 410A, I always put in a liquid line filter dryer. So first things first, a lot of things I do, some people don't, but most of my practices are best practices. First is you're going to want to get everything prepared like I have. Sanding all of your joints, so all your joints are all nice and clean and ready to go. Dirty joints, I know some contractors will braze with dirty joints, but that makes a weak joint. So I like to get mine nice and clean, get everything ready to go. Then over here on the service valves, first thing you're going to do is remove your Schrader valve. So you're going to remove these Schrader valves, remove your caps, and because if you're brazing, even if you put a rag on these, if you're brazing, you know, it's going to melt the little teeny little plastic seal. That's all that's holding your refrigerant back, is that little teeny tiny seal. So you want to protect these and put them in something to keep them clean. A little bit of dirt can destroy them. Next is, you hand me the rag there. We're going to get ready by putting a rag on our service valve. You don't want a valve getting too hot. I want to keep it a little bit away from the area that we're brazing. But then you got to get your nitrogen connected to the system, because we're going to be brazing with nitrogen. All these systems these days use thermal expansion valves, which are very unforgiving to oxidation during brazing. So you really must prep everything for a brazing with nitrogen. So what we're going to do is turn on our nitrogen, and we're going to put in just a small amount, probably half PSI or less is all that we're going to use. We're not going to use very much on our line here. All we want to do is evacuate all of the oxygen. Oxygen is the enemy. Oxygen, when you're brazing on the inside of the pipe, oxidation forms, flakes off, they'll clog up the TXV in a heartbeat. So now we've got our nitrogen in there. Regulate it down to just a trickle. Now I use a F16 gas. A lot of people use oxygen acetylene. I use F16 because it gives me 1100 degrees. Oxygen acetylene is well over 1400 degrees. 1400 degrees, you begin to break down the tensile strength of copper. But if you stay under 1200 degrees, you're in the brazing zone, which is high quality brazing, but you're not weakening the copper. So we got the flame completely wrapped around the joint, and we're waiting for this joint to get red hot. It takes a little bit longer with this type of gas, but you don't have to worry about losing any tensile strength. And once we're at the right temperature, we begin to flow nicely. We want to wait a second, but wait until we're flowing completely all the way around the joint. You don't want to be sticking it. You want it to flow. So push your rod right into the joint. And it should flow nice and easy without any sticking whatsoever. So then once we let it kind of solid for a little bit, wet it down. This helps to harden the joint by rapidly cooling the brazed joint. So that's the basics of it. We'll show you the end result once I've done all this. We won't make you sit through 20 minutes of brazing. But if you have any comments or questions, feel free to let me know, and we'll be right back.